Yugi's legendary decks being reprinted on the 27th of May. This gives us some of the most iconic cards used in the anime, but what card from this set leads to the strongest and most competitive deck? This is going to be the start of a mini-series around Yugi's legendary decks. Looking at the card list, I divided the cards into 9 main archetypes. These archetypes are Exodia, the God cards, Gadgets, Blackluster Soldier, Buster Blader, Dark Magician, Magnet Warriors, Silent Magician and Swordsman, and Guy the Fierce Knight. The challenge is to build the most competitive deck for each of these archetypes to see which archetype comes out on top.
It's time to do.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
You are fake news. Go ahead.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Here we go again, guys. We've got another deck list spanning from Yugi's legendary decks reprint. I know it's out now. It's available. Go and grab it if you can. We're going to focus on this deck list on Gadgets, which I thought was going to be the weakest archetype from the whole series, this whole mini-series, and my god was I wrong. How on earth this has happened, I have no idea, but this is going to be crazy. You're really going to enjoy this one. I can't believe how good this deck was. We're going to go into card by card right now. So, we're playing two Super Express Bullet Train. 2 Derry Crane, obviously. These two sync really well with each other. I actually had plans to make this a 48 card deck and have these as a 3 of, but the 40 card deck works really well, and having 2 of each is really cool because 5 cards is the optimal. You want to play with 1 copy of a card, so that you don't see it in your hands with the maths, I think. And then we have 2 Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dino with the Gadgets, obviously, that we're playing here, which is really cool card. That doesn't see much play, obviously, never sees play because Gadgets aren't good. We're playing 2 Boot Up Corporal as well. This goes with our Boot Up Admiral. I like the art type, really cool artwork as well. And here's where things are starting to get interesting. You'll see playing 1 Symphonic Warrior Mics. So this card I usually play in ABC. It gives you the extra normal summon when it's with the effect of Symphonic Warrior Guitar, which is going to move up here as well now. We're also playing that as a 2 of as well, because obviously you're going to set this in your pendulum scale. You're going to search for Warrior Mites to get it onto field, and you're going to get an extra normal summon, which is really cool for this deck because we need it. And then we're playing 2 Dynamist cards here, both machine, because we can get added from our Gear Gigant X in the extra deck. But these are important because of their scale. Because we're just going to put these in the scale with Warrior Guitar so that we can special summon level 4s and level 5s. So these are really important. They're literally in here for the pendulum scale rating, and they're machines. They're one of the only cards that have a pendulum scale of 3 that can be put into machines to get to be able to pendulum summon. So they have to be in here. These cards have to be in it. We're going to move on to some one-offs. 1 Ancient Gear box, obviously, because only the cards added, we get to add a level 5. And so, level 5, you can add 1 Earth Machine monster with 500 attack or defense from your hand, which is really cool, because then, obviously, this Ancient Gear box, when we activate it, we'll just get a Tunneler, because of 500 attack or defense. Tunneler has 500 defense. And this card is really cool because it allows us to get to Infinity and Nova, but also when it's in the graveyard it has an effect where we can target 5 Earth Machines in our graveyard and shuffle them into the deck and draw 2 cards. So it's really cool for this deck to get detached from material. Okay, now we're moving over to our Gadget package, which is the key points here. 3 Gold Gadget and 3 Silver Gadget. Have to play this. This is your starting card. If this card doesn't go off, the deck won't work. These cards have to get their effect activated. And of course, playing 3 Green Gadget, 3 Red Gadget, and 3 Yellow Gadget. They're just really cool. I really like them. Obviously, they're not the best normally. If you're just normally summoning them, but the effect to add 1 of each other is really cool. That's why I have to play 3 of each, because you constantly want to replenish your hand with adding a gadget. We're playing 3 Dark Rule No More because the deck is a going second deck. you need to go second because we're not playing any gates, we're not playing anything like that. The only card we are playing in the extra deck that does anything like that, well, 3 cards technically, but we can't always make them, is Zeus, which we can't make on our first turn, and then Infinity and Appaloosa, but we don't want to do that. So Dark Ruler Moors in here because we're going to need to go second, and this card is a house right now, so good right now in meta. Playing 2 Iron Call because it's basically Monster Reborn for the deck, and we're playing Monster Reborn anyway. So, but this card just basically lets us target level 4 lower machine and special summon it. Just destroy it during the end phase, but it's not going to be on the field during the end phase because it's going to be XYZ, Exceed. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty easy there. Then we're playing Free Urgent Schedule. This again is a going second card. The deck has to go second, but it allows us to special summon 1 level 4 and 1 level 5 Earth machine monster. So this card's going to get us a Gadget and either Dairy Crane or Bullet Train, because then we can go straight into our plays to get into our rank 10s. So obviously we're gonna play Gustav Max and Juggernaut Lieb, which is really cool. Really cool card to have, and it does lock us into attacking with machines this turn, but that's not an issue for the deck because, as you can see, the deck is machine based. Then we're obviously in the extra deck we're playing Zeus because it's a house, but there's a lot of Exceeds in here, so we have to play Zeus, I think. The Juggernaut Lieb as well, because obviously we're playing Gustav Max and we're playing the trains, so rank 10 play is always going to happen. I'm playing Infinity and Nova as the package for Tunneler and Mike's. When we Pendulum Summon, these cards will come out, and Infinity is so good as a card. We're playing 2 Gear Gigant X. It's really important. This card's one of the main starter cards here. You need this card. Relatively on your turn, you're going to get it to go. You're going to summon it 3 times. I know there's only 2 cards in the extra deck, but this is why Gadgets are cool, because we're going to summon this 3 times in 1 turn and get 3 searches in 1 turn, because it's not once per turn, and it's really cool to do. And then, I know surprisingly right now, but you're thinking, what on earth are you doing here? We're playing a Zodiac package in the extra deck. So we're playing 2 Chaka 9 and 1 Dryden. And I know your brain has been like, no, what has happened and why are you playing Zodiacs in the extra deck? All will be revealed in the games, but Dryden and these cards are their key cards here. We're playing. There was a Tiger Mortar in the first couple of games, because I was like, oh, I can get more materials with Tiger Mortar. It's not really that important, so I've substituted Tiger Mortar out here and put in Dreadnought, which is another way to get into our rank 10 plays, which is nice because we play a lot of level 4s. So that's really cool. We're playing 1 Appaloosa, of course, because it's just a house. The card's really good. If we're Pendulum Summon, we can get this card out. 1 Platinum Gadget, which is really cool. This card is really key. The idea is, though, we don't want to make it too early to get the card. We need to go into pre-steps before Platinum Gadget comes out onto the field, because it has a very specific role in this deck. Instead of just using it straight away, it has a very specific role. We're playing 1 Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops because we're playing lots of Exceeds. This card's going to come on the field, and this card is crazy because it allows us to get into our Gear Gigant from the graveyard, which is why we can summon it 3 times in 1 turn and get 3 different searches, adding things that we wouldn't have normally been able to add. This card's crazy. I love this card. We're playing 1 Ancient Gear Blister, because we need to get the Ancient Box Search, and then the Dreadnought, which I've explained earlier, gets us to our rank 10 plays. So this is a breakdown of the deck. The deck is crazy. So many little things in this deck are really cool. Like there's a Pendulum basis, there's a rank 10 basis, and then there's that Zodiac package, which I know you're all looking forward to seeing what happens there. Let's get into some games and I'll show you how the deck's going to work. So guys, as always, I'm going to talk you through the games that we play here. We've gone second here because we have to go second for the deck to work. The deck cannot go first. It does not work. So we see a Baby Dragon go out. We get linked away into Striker Dragon. Obviously, they add the Metal Darkness Dragon to hand. That gets it. Striker Dragon gets sent away. Metal Dragon comes out onto the field, which summons a White Stone of the Ancients, I think. Sets a back row as well. Ancients goes to the graveyard, obviously because it's going to be effects activated to get a Blue Eyes out onto the field and to link Karibo in hand. So it's our turn now. We summon our Silver Gadget here, activating the effect. So we get into our Green Gadget going onto the field now. Getting the Green Gadget to add the Red Gadget. We then link into the Gear Gigant X. which is key. This effect has to go off to be able to work for us here. So we get into the guitar. We'll activate guitar here. And we will activate and we'll pitch up the boot up Admiral because we're not going to need it this turn. Because we need to have a lot of things in our hand to be able to activate our effects. We'll get the mics onto field, obviously getting a normal summon here as well. We'll get red Gadget onto field, activate red Gadget to get yellow Gadget. And now we'll activate Platinum Gadget with Gigan and mics. We'll activate Platinum Gadget's effect here and we'll get a yellow Gadget. You do not want to summon another silver because we need that effect later on. So now we've got 2 level 4s and Platinum on the field. We'll go into Shaka 9 and this is the Zodiac package. This is why the deck works. We'll go into Dryden as well here. We'll activate Dryden and what are we going to pop, guys? We're going to pop our own Platinum Gadget. Why are we going to pop Platinum Gadget? Because we're going to activate Platinum Gadget's effect on destruction. Here, when it loads up eventually, we're going to get Gold Gadget here. Gold Gadget's going to come out onto the field. It's going to be able to special summon a gadget from our hand. So we'll summon Yellow Gadget. Yellow Gadget's effect will trigger as well. We'll get a green Gadget to hand. This is what we're talking about. You're getting so much advantage from these cards. We'll go into another Shaka 9 here. And you think, why are we getting to another Shaka 9? We're going to activate Shaka 9, detaching Dryden to then special summon Dryden back to our field. Right there. Lovely. Which is really cool. And then we're going to go into another Gear Gunner X here. We're going to activate the effect, detaching the Gold Gadget, send it to the graveyard. And we're going to get Dynamis Stegosaur. Why are we getting that? Because obviously the pendulum effect. We're going to go into Megaclops here. And Megaclops, because we've got 3 XEs on the field, we're going to activate Megaclops here. And we're going to get, we're going to attach a back row, which is Call of the Haunted, which is still really good for us because we'll still get the effect. We get Gigan. The guy actually just asking if we were close to finishing our combo. And of course we put, yeah, we're pretty close right now. So we'll activate Gigan. And we'll add Box. Box will trigger from our hand, adding Tunneler. And look how many cards we've got in hand. And we've got our Pendulum Summon here. So we'll activate Stegosaur, and then we'll use our Pendulum CLs to special summon Tunneler and Mics, obviously for the 2 level 5s. But we'll also get Green Gadget and Tunneler there. There's Mics coming out onto the field, and there's Silver. We'll activate Green Gadget, just getting Red Gadget back to hand, just constantly wanting to get the cards to hand. We get into Nova here, and then of course with Nova we get Infinity. Infinity comes onto the field. We'll activate Infinity, we'll get that Link Karibo into Infinity, and then we'll get Dreadnought here as well, which is really key. So we'll attack with Dreadnought into White Saint of the Ancients. We'll then attack with Megaclops, we'll attack with Infinity. And then we will attack, well, we won't attack with Gigan for some reason. We go into Gustav Max. We'll activate Gustav Max, obviously it's half damage, I know we can start running no more. But then we'll go into Leave as well, getting Leave onto the field. And then we'll go into Zeus here for extra protection. Look at the combo, incredible, the guy quits. This is what the deck can do, incredible. Going into our second game here, and we're playing Simo. Not really, but we are playing some with Black Wings right now. So they'll activate Black Whirlwind, of course. And then, is it Sirocco that activate the effect, or is it Shura? I think it's Shura. But we'll get Shura here onto the field. And I've not, Black Wings obviously going to be XYZ decks, but we've got a little good-ish hand right now. We'd like to see another card. The only issue with our hand right now, and I will say this about the deck, is you will see Box in your opening hand so often. It's really frustrating because obviously we want to add Box to our hand in every way possible. And when it's in our hand, it's really hard to get our combo fully instigated. But off search, we'll get Gale, we'll special summon Gale. And then we see Vibora as well. Black Whirlwind activates as well. So they're going in their full combo right now. Usually we go into that, is it that rank 10 that's unaffected by card effects. But we see we had another Gale there. Yeah, we usually go into that rank 10 that's unaffected by card effects to, that's the Blackwing combo usually, unless we're playing Raid Raptors as well. So we got another tuner onto the field as well now, which is really key for them. Obviously they want to get as many synchros onto the field. So if we get their first synchro onto the field at level rank 7 Blackwing. We've still got enough materials on the field to get to another one. So we're getting another special summon Gale again. This is why Gale was limited for ages. And that's for rank 10 that's unaffected by card effects, which is really key for the Blackwing deck right now, because obviously we don't have a lot. So we're going to synchro away into the rank 7, we'll activate the effect in Graveyard, target the rank 10. But then obviously we'll activate the rank 7 effect, special summon the other rank 7 synchro from Graveyard, pay 1,000. But obviously, drawing into Dark Ruler no more. Could the deck have been better? No, it could not have. We'll go into our combo, our slightly smaller combo here, with gold going into yellow, searching for green, going into Gear Gigant here, activating Gear Gigant, going into Guitar, obviously the wedge counter's coming on, Guitar comes onto the field, we'll activate Express Bullet Train. We'll discard the box because we don't want to see box in our hand at all. We'll activate Mike's comes onto the field, activate in Gadget to be able to get the search. Then we'll go into Platinum because we still have the materials for Platinum and we still have the materials for going into the Chakanine to go into the Zodiac package. So we go into Chakanine here as well. Obviously we'll go into Dryden as well. So this is where we've got Tiger Mortar as well. We'll activate Dryden, pop in the Platinum on our side of the field, get into Silver Gadget, which will spend special summon our Yellow Gadget in hand, which will then get the search for Green Gadget, which is really key. There it is. And then obviously we're still looking at that Blackwing full armor, trying to get how we're going to get rid of it. But we'll go into Chakanine again, activate Chakanine obviously to get pop the Dryden, to get the Dryden back out into the field. And then we go into Tiger Mortar. This is what I'm saying about materials. We'll activate and give a Dryden an extra material. But then I've realised that it's not actually that important to do that all the time. In fact, in this deck you don't really need to do it, and the only reason I can see people doing it is to go into Zeus if we were leaving Tiger Mortar on the field, but we're not leaving Tiger Mortar on the field because we're probably going to go to Megaclops. But what we see here, we'll go into Megaclops using Tiger Mortar, so the materials didn't really matter, and that's why Tiger Mortar was subbed out halfway through this deck list, because it didn't work as well as I wanted it to. We'll target the rank 7 Blackwing right now, because obviously if you want to be targeted, we'll detach it. And we will then pick up, we can't pick up box, it's not added from the deck, we still wouldn't get its effect. We did double check the card text on the card to see what it was like. But we're going to pick up a boot up Dynamo. We'll activate Iron Call, obviously because we've got enough. We'll get a box out onto field, because it doesn't matter what we pick up there. We'll activate Dynamo, and we'll use Gadget, Yellow and Platinum to get it out into field, because it can special summon itself as long as we've got Gadgets in the Graveyard, which we always do. And then we're going to go into Appaloosa here. Oh, actually, are we? Then we're going to go Stegosaur first, then special summon. Oh no, we are very keen on thinking about what we want to do here. Do we want to make it Appaloosa, or do we want to special summon? Oh, we want to special summon first. Good, Green Gadget goes onto the field, getting the Red Gadget. And of course, now we're going to go to Appaloosa. So we're going to a 4 material Appaloosa there. We'll go to battle phase. We'll use Megaclops to attack. We'll use Appaloosa to attack. We'll use Gigant to attack. Obviously, we're taking no damage. Zeus comes onto the field, which is incredible now. So look at the protection. We'll activate Bullet Train as well. Getting something else to our hand. So we'll get Gold Gadget back to our hand. So we've got an extra turn and be able to get Red Gadget out onto the field as well, which is going to be key for us because all the bodies on the field is going to be crazy. So they'll special summon Bora, because obviously having Blackwing onto the field. They'll go into Raid Raptor here, but obviously we're going to use Appaloosa and not let the effect go through to get a level 4 Winged Beast to hand, which is key there. We draw into Derry Karine, we don't really need it, but we'll go into Gold Gadget, summoning Red Gadget to our hand. Red Gadget's effect. We could go into Ballista, we will special summon just to get an extra gadget onto the field. The Yellow Gadget gets Green Gadget. What do we want to summon here? We can summon many things, but we don't want to, because we've already got a game on the field, and using our gadgets to finish off the job. Nice and simple. Right then, moving into our penultimate game here. We're going second again, of course, because we have to go second. The activate charge of light brigades, it's going to be light swarms we're going to play. You see a wolf off that and a Minerva, so we'll get activation of wolf and Minerva. Wolf comes onto the field. Minerva mills an extra, which is Lumina, which you don't want to see. Raiden comes onto field, mills 2 as well. Don't get any targets off that, which is pretty good for light swarm because they always never seem to get the targets. But then we go to the end phase and we'll mill 2 again to hit wolf. And that will end their turn. Our hand we're looking really good right now, so we'll activate urgent schedule to get Dairy Crane and a green gadget. We'll special summon, not special summon, normal summon silver gadgets, special summon yellow gadget, activating yellow gadget's effect to get green gadget to hand. We'll obviously go into Gigant X here, and we'll activate Gigant X to detach silver gadget and search for guitar. We'll get guitar into the scales, we'll activate guitar, we'll discard the Super Express Bullet Train. Note you're thinking we could have gone into our rank 10 straight away there because we had a Southern Field, but we're going to go into our rank 10 in a separate way. So we're going to Platinum Gadget here as well, using mics and to go into it. So then we'll special summon, normal summon red gadget off the effect of mites because it allows for an extra normal summon. We're going to Zodiac, Shakunan and Trident, activating Trident to pop the Platinum Gadget to special summon gold. Gold was then special summoned yellow from our hand. Didn't get any searches from yellow because we ran out of targets. We'll go into Ancient Gear Ballista. Ancient Gear Ballista will activate to get us to box to hand, activating box to get to Tunneler to hand. And then we'll go into an extra Shakunan here using the Trident. We'll activate Shakunan to detach the Trident to special summon the Trident back to the field. We've got enough materials on the field for Gigant X again as well, which is crazy. So we're going to Gigant X again. We'll activate the effect, detaching gold to get a Dynamis to hand. We'll then go into Megaclops here. We'll activate Megaclops to get another Gigant, so we can activate it again. We'll use the Raiden. We'll detach the Raiden, and here we can get anything we want to. So we'll go Beat Up Corporal. We'll activate the Dynamist. We're looking what we've got in the deck. We'll special summon here. We go for Tunneler, Gadget, and Box. Activate the effect of Green Gadget. And I think we're going to go into Appaloosa here. We're going to Dreadnought first. And then we're going to go into the Appaloosa using the Tunneler, the Ballista, and the Box. Not about the gig again. We'll activate Tunneler to shuffle 5 monsters back into our deck to draw 2 cards. We'll be getting Dark Rule no more there as well. We'll use up Beat Up Corporal here because we want to see the gadgets right now. Because we've got Beat Up Dynamo in our hand. So we'll special summon. We'll Monster Reborn first. And we'll pick up a Green Gadget. We'll activate Green Gadget, getting Red Gadget to hand. We'll go into Gear Gigant, activate the effect. Doesn't really matter what we pick up here, we'll go into another guitar. Now we'll special summon Boot Up Dynamo. We'll activate Dynamo's effect, pop in a card, and we'll head to the battle phase. We'll use Dreadnought because we want to get the effect of it, and then we'll attack. Only doing half damage on every card because of the effect of Megaclops. So we'll use Gustav Max effect to do 1000 damage, and then we'll go into Lieb as well. On Lieb as well, on the Gigant, even we're going to go into Zeus as well. So we've got a big board right now of Megaclops, Zeus, Lieb, and Boot Up Dynamo. This is just a crazy combo for the deck. We've got an Appaloosa with 3 negates as well. They'll normal summon the monk here. They'll put a saber with the monk, and they'll attack into the Zeus. But we will negate the effect of monk with Appaloosa here. They'll head into their end phase. Trying to figure out if we want to let them mill. We'll let them mill. Because during the end phase, nothing bad can happen to us. We'll maybe get a Judgment Dragon to hand or Punishment Dragon to hand. like just then get something down, but it doesn't matter really because they're not going to see it. We'll activate Leave here, detaching the Dreadnought. We'll change it. We'll activate Boot of Dynamo, and we'll target the Monk here. And then we'll head to battle phase, and we'll do 6,000 points of damage. Lovely. This is big combo board for this deck, crazy. Moving into our last game here, the guy just sets one and passes. We'll go into urgent schedule here. We'll activate it to get Super Express Bullet Train and Green Gadget. We'll go into Dairy Crane here as well. We'll special summon the Gustav Max, detaching the material to 2,000 points of damage. We'll activate Dairy Crane, pop in the Math Mech, and then we'll go into Super Dreadnought, Leap. We'll activate Yellow Gadget, get into field. We'll special summon Gigant X here, activating Gigant X, getting a guitar. The guy already knows it's GG. We'll activate guitar, pitching the Green Gadget, getting mics, going into Platinum Gadget now, and summoning Red Gadget. Red Gadget will get a Yellow Gadget to our hand. We'll activate that one to get to Green Gadget into our hand. Not Green Gadget, Yellow. Oh no, to get Green Gadget into our hand, yep. We'll go into Chakanine, of course. Then we'll go into Dryden here. Activating Dryden, pop in the Platinum Gadget, getting Platinum Gadget to special summon a Silver Gadget. Silver Gadget then special summons a Green Gadget. Green Gadget getting a search for Red Gadget. We're heading to Chakanine here as well. We'll activate Chakanine to go into Dryden. Go into Tiger Mortar. Obviously this is when we were still playing the Tiger Mortar card to get extra materials onto Dryden, because we could go into a Zeus really. We'll go into Gigant X again, and we'll get a Dynamis card. We'll go into Megaclops, because we won't activate the effect of Megaclops. It's just to get it onto the board. We'll Pendulum Summon for free here, getting Red Gadget, Mike's, and the Boot Up Corporal. We'll activate Red Gadget. We'll go into Ballista. We'll activate Monster Reborn here, because we want to go into an Appaloosa here. We'll go to Silver Gadget. Yeah, we're going to an Appaloosa, just so we've got some negates. We'll activate Leave, do for 6,000 points of damage, and that's how to OTK with this deck. Nice and easy. Lovely. Like always, we're going to go into our strengths and weaknesses here. Let me know what you think of the deck, but this deck was crazy fun to do. I didn't realise how good the gadgets were going to be, and what sort of boards it can end on, but let's go through strengths and weaknesses now. So we're going to strengths now. The combo that you can activate on this in this deck is it's mental. Like, you're going into a Zodiac package, you can go into Megaclops, you keep going, you can go into Appaloosa, you can go into Infinity. The combo is crazy in this deck. Learning the combo is slightly difficult, but you just got to realise what time to make Platinum Gadget, what time to make the Zodiac, so then you can go from there. But yeah, really cool combo. The ability to OTK is really good. There's so many different options. If you don't activate the effect of Megaclops on your turn, you won't do the half damage. And if you don't activate Dark Rune No More, you can do it, especially when you've got Gustav Max and Leave. But speaking of Dark Rune No More, that's another advantage of the deck. Dark Rune No More is crazy in the meta right now. Not many decks can play around Dark Rune No More. Obviously because it's supposed to need 4, so you can't be negated. But the card's really cool right now. I think it's becoming more prevalent in decks, especially going second. Especially for a deck like this, going second all the time. You never want to go first. Dark Rune No More is like the best card. Megaclops is a card. It is a house. I hadn't realised how much of a house it is, but it has like that built-in protection of it, and the ability to take up an opponent's monster and special summon a Exceed monster from your graveyard and attach materials to it is mental. Like that effect is crazy. It's a completely different effect than I've played before. It's so cool. I really enjoy because there's niche situations you can use it in, and it's like a different sort of interaction than normal. But Megaclops is really cool. The hand recursions is here because with special summoning and normal summoning gadgets so often we're getting so much to hand. That's why two down from this is pendulum summon, because we're getting so much to our hand, we're getting 70 searches to our hand. That pendulum summon becomes really cool. We can, if you didn't have a board and you had scales, and you'll see your opponent Nibiru'd you just as you'd set up the scales, and so you had loads of in your hand. So you had box, tunneler, and maybe 3 gadgets. Like, that's crazy. You're still getting, and you've got Mike and the extract, so you're getting, like, you can still get maybe 5 summons out of that, and you still have a full board. So it's really cool like that. Trains and urgent schedule in the deck, really cool. Urgent schedule is really cool because obviously that is a going second card, so it works really well in the deck. So you can get a level 4 and you can get a level 10 out into the field, so it's really easy to go into like your lead and your Gustav Max, but it's also good to get extra bodies into the field if they negate something. So if you get silver gadget with a infinite impermanent silver gadget to not get its special summon from your hand, you can use the level 4 that you special summoned off urgent schedule. So yeah, trains of the urgent schedule make the deck really cool. You can end on disruptions as well. Obviously Megclops I'm classing it as a form of disruption. Appaloosa, Infinity, all cards like that are really cool to make in this deck, and you can make them quite easily. And Giga and X Searchers, this is here because obviously this card is what you're making the most of, and you are constantly making the card. Maybe you can play it as a 3, but I play it as a 2. I think, but then obviously with Megaclops' ability to bring it back from the graveyard, you get an extra search, so you're constantly searching with this card. This card is really key for the deck to be able to get your missing pieces. You're getting 3 searches in the combo from this card, so you're getting your pen scale, you're getting your box if you haven't used Ballista, or if you've used Ballista you can get Tunneler. And then if you don't need Tunneler, you can just get a gadget, but you also search for your pendulum scale as well, whichever one that you need. So the card's really cool, and the ability to search is really easy. Move on to weaknesses. Struggles against hand traps. Most of these decks will struggle against hand traps because they're like rogue contention. Hand traps kill the deck. Droll, Ash, Imperm on the normal summon of silver and gold. Things like that will just destroy the deck. Your combo has to go through as well. If it gets disrupted, it can be awkward. The only time, as I said earlier, it could get disrupted if it Nibiru'd late on and you've got your Pentascale set up. Not drawing Dark Run no more does cause a lot of issues going second, because if they set up with a board full of disruption, you have to try and play around that. Obviously with like Iron Call and Monster Reborn and stuff, there's an ability to play around certain things, but it is difficult to play around stuff like that. You can't go first. You really cannot go first in this deck. It does not work. You can set up a bit of a board, but obviously you don't get the effect of Megaclops and stuff like that. You can still set it up with Appaloosa, but it's not the best disruption board to be setting up. You're likely to brick. There's a lot of bricks in the deck. If you don't draw a gold gadget or a silver gadget or urgent schedule, you're going to struggle, and you will always see box in your hand. You never want to see box in your hand, but you will always see box in your hand because you never want to see it, and it just happens to be the way that Yugioh works. Obviously there's lack of hand traps for the deck, but you need your combo to go through, and you need all the combo pieces, so hand traps are pretty much impossible to play unless you got rid of like Iron Core, but then obviously you make the deck less consistent. And back row against this deck is killer because we don't play any sort of back row hate, except Megaclops sort of does it, but if they playing a trap heavy deck, our only way of getting around the board going second is Dark Run no more, so back row does just destroy us. But yeah, this has been the deck. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you would play gadgets. This is my version. Really enjoy the deck. I'll be back at it again next week with a different episode of the series. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and peace out.